All right, we're back. And today we're making a Tarta de Santiago. The Tarta de Santiago is the easiest cake you will ever make. It is a Spanish almond cake traditional to the Galicia region of northwestern Spain. It literally translates to Cake of St. James. It's most popular for being eaten by pilgrims on the Trail of St. James, which ends in the city Santiago de Compostela. It's been eaten since at least the 16th century, and some even believe that it has Jewish origins due to there being a large historical community in A Coruña in Galicia and it being kosher for Passover. I only do 3 ingredients: almonds, eggs, and sugar. So if you don't have almond flour readily available at your nearest grocery store, you're gonna have to make your own. That means you're gonna need to take preferably blanched almonds, though raw or roasted almonds with the skin on will work. Blanched almonds are best. And you're gonna have to pound them. I personally have had great success using this brick. I've also used a dumbbell in the past to great effect. Basically, I'm just going to smack it with the brick until I have achieved a sort of powder. Now, I personally do like there to be some slightly larger pieces of almond left so I can get a little more crunch in my final product, but you definitely have to make sure there's enough of a powder-like consistency in order for it to hold the cake together. When it sort of makes these little lumps like that, it's ready to be used for a cake. So we're gonna make our cake batter. So I've upgraded to a clear measuring cup, and into it I'm going to pour 1 large beaten egg, which should be near to 50 grams, and I will add to that 50 grams of sugar. Quickly stir those together. And to that I will add 50 grams of my ground almonds or almond flour. And again, just going to quickly stir it until it's combined. You don't want to have any air in this at all. There it is. Simplest cake batter you will ever make. And then I'm going to take a small tin, and if you got some nonstick spray, you're good to go. Just spray that up. If you don't, then like me, you're going to have to go through the very unenjoyable task of spreading butter on it and then coating it with flour. I did this over a plate to make a little bit less of a mess. Then I'm just going to pour my batter into my tin, and that's ready to go into the oven for about half an hour. As always, when you start smelling it, go check on it. It's ready as soon as a stick comes out clean when stuck into the middle. After about 25 minutes, mine was ready. It's just a little dark around the edges, but a very pale golden on top. And I'm gonna let that chill out in the tin until it's cold enough for me to handle, at which point I'm going to pray that it comes out easily. And I'm not a follower of the Catholic faith, but I'm gonna lose a lot of views if I don't decorate this with the traditional St. James cross. So there it is. Making this stencil, by the way, was by far and away the hardest and most time-consuming part of this entire process for me. And I would say I did a pretty bouquet job. And that's it. Our single serving Tarta de Santiago ready to be enjoyed. So here's our finished Tarta de Santiago. And yes, I definitely botched the stencil job. That's all right. Traditionally, this is going to be served with either a café con leche or one of those sweet dessert wines, because you know Galicia is right next to Portugal, and they love those sweet dessert wines in Portugal. Actually, Galicia has its own language, Gallego or Galego, which I can best describe as Portuguese in Spanish. All the words are basically Portuguese, but it's spoken with like a Spanish accent, and the spelling is also like Spanish spelling. When I was living in Spain, I had this served as the dessert course of a menú del día, and it was served to me with a little tiny shot glass of a sweet dessert wine. But in my case, I'm gonna go with a nice dark cortado because I'm not an alcoholic Spaniard. So without further ado, properly cooked Tarta de Santiago is tender, but it's also crunchy. It's got a very sweet, mild flavor, very similar to like an almond cream or marzipan. And that's why I don't add cinnamon or orange zest, because I really want to let the almond flavor shine. So anyway, I'm gonna continue digging into this. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon with another single serving recipe for you.